Hello, YouTube fans. Here again. And with the Wooded Hours season, why not this one? I remember reviewing it before, that being Eureka. That's right, Eureka. Set in 1983. We can go with Eureka. Well, it's kind of an hard one now because we already lost a good actor there, being Charlton Aston. I remember his name, Gene Apner. I can always fuck up his name. Yeah, Gene Apner, if I pronounce his name right, was in this film. May he rest in peace. There's some pretty good actors in this. You got a very long Walter Pesce. You got a very long Mickey Rourke. This was right before his big break in 9.5 weeks and all these other films he did, and so on. And Gene Hampton, you think he's going to be the main star of the film at first. You do, because it starts off with him. This is based on the olden times. He has a fight with someone you think's going to be his mate, and he basically fucks him off. And it's not a strange film, this. It's in, like, I think the cold area where it's snowing. You've got this one guy, he's lying in the snow. Gene Hampton says, "Why are you lying in the snow?" He smiles at him, pulls a gun out, pulls his brains out. And I'm thinking, this is a great way to open a film. And I forgot how much sets and violence is in this film, actually. It definitely was a lot of sets and violence. And when they first aired this on TV, it did warn people about the sets and violence in this film. It does not fuck around in the sets and violence department. And he meets a woman on the way. He's got the idea she's on her last legs. She drinks a lot of beer. But he just gets lucky and he finds gold, and that's why the film's called Eureka. You got a couple of years later, he's now married, he's got a daughter, well-known actress, very pretty in that era, and basically she's fallen in love with our main man, being Wooded Hour. For some reason, Gene Hampton does not like him, completely and utter fucking hates him, but his daughter's married to him. She's in love with him. Get over it. All right, so I'm sorry to say that, but she might as well. And people want the land. They want the land. He's not arrogant, but you've got an idea he's going to send it. He's not going to give the land. It's a bit fat. The film's just dragging little parts, but again, there's so many good actors in this. Mickey Rourke, a very long Walter Pesce, and so on. But and you've even got the one, if you remember the actor that played Maniac, another actor is sadly no longer with us. He also played Maniac, he played the Lone Sack in Rocky 1 and 2, the Lone Sack who Rocky was working for in number 1, and he was also in number 2, you know what I'm on about. And they want the land, and Gene Hampton is not going to do them the land. It's not a hard one to watch, it's a very bizarre one as well if you look at the history of Gene Hampton and his death in real life, but you can always look that up anywhere. So what happens is, and this is where it gets really violent, he's not going to give them the land. There's a bit in it where he barges in, he almost batters Wooded Hour and so on, but doesn't happen. And Wooded Hour's totally in love with the derb, ain't going to give her away no matter what. But then after that, there's a bit in it where Wooded Hour and his mates, they go to this place, they're into voodoo, they've got them biting chickens' heads off, really bizarre, and they go panic mode, and he tells them not to go there. Why he went there, I have no idea. But then he goes to another place where they're now going to kill Gene Hampton. They want the land, he ain't going to give it to them, it's a big fat this. So what do they do? This has to be one of the most graphic and violent death scenes in movie history. Because they come in, they've got a blowtorch, they're burning at Gene Hampton, they're whacking at him, he gets twatted on the head, falls on the bed, and they burn him with the blowtorch, they burn his face, they burn his hand. Then if that doesn't get traffic enough, they slice his head. And remember, right, they behead him. And that was like a shock of a moment, because I just thought he was going to be the star of the film. It started off with him. Then they put feathers all over his body. Wooded Hour was in the one place at the one time. He gets arrested for it. I remember, it's the day after, and he gets arrested for it. But he goes to court, he doesn't exactly prove his innocence, But they basically going that he's got to leave for so many days. He meets the woman who he falls in love with, and he says bye bye. But you don't feel sorry for Woodard Howard's character because he was in the one place at the one time, if you know what I mean, and he sort of got the brain for it. But he never told us about the ones that killed him. They got away with it. Did they get the land? Obviously, they didn't. And you don't feel sorry for Woodard Howard's character. But it ends like that. He leaves. Sad ending. But it's an hard one, this. Should it be a rant? Should it be a review? Because as the film drags, there's bits in it where it doesn't really go anywhere. But I do like the film. I think Woodard Howard plays a Brit very good. You've got good actors. It's just the same. We don't really do them a lot to do. This was like you can definitely tell this is Mickey Rourke's first performance. Whether he did other films before this, I don't know. I do like Dota Pesse, but they don't really give him a lot to do. But it's a hard one because it's a very well made film. Again, it does have a lot of sets. It does have a lot of violence. And the director was well known for doing a lot of these type of films. And I always like the way he does Gene sequence. He was also the same director that did us The Man That Fell from Earth. He did us other date films like that. And he has a certain way of doing his films. It's hard to explain. But he does have a certain way of doing his films. I've got a few of the director's films, and he does have a way of doing his films in a very weird and bizarre, dream-like way. It's hard to explain this. You see what I mean, but I can't show you. Copyright. I remember doing one goes Insignificant, if I remember right there. It was funny enough, had the same actress that appeared in this, Eureka. He must have actually liked her because she one that played sort of like Marilyn Monroe's character with Einstein. If you remember a film called Insignificant. And he, like I say, he did Man That Fell from Earth with David Bowie. And he did this, and like I say, Eureka. It's an hard one to get into, but it's a very well made film. It's a very well made film. I like Woodard Howard and Gene Hackman. Can get his name right. I can never get his name right. May he rest in peace. Just get the worstest death of all. And I always find it funny that the daughter goes to see the body and he gets beheaded. I always thought when I first saw that he got his throat slit, but no, he got his head beheaded. So it's definitely a gory scene. You hear some noise, someone's making a racket outside, so to apologise for that. You hear some noise. You always get noise at this time. But yeah, I do actually like Eureka. It's definitely a film. Very hard to get into, but a very well made film. That's why I can't rant it. But it's definitely a good one. I do think, again, in this, is Woodard Howard a badder? No. He's in the one place at the one time. He gets blamed for it. Obviously, in that something happened. He didn't get put away, but they tipped him so many days to leave, and he left. For this, a 5-star rating. I think it's still a good film. I still think Woodard Howard plays a good film. To be honest, though, when it comes to his films, I'd probably go to Night Hawks or Blade Runner more. But if you like Woodard Howard, it's definitely a film with a different type of performance for him. I'm not going to repeat it. You've got a lot of good actors. But into them, be smart, be safe. See you later.